Hello, this is Jer. This is the Nightmare series of Oxygen Not Included. I'm on the radioactive ocean asteroid that is metal poor and has a frozen core. Absolutely terrible place to be. As if it wasn't bad enough, all the game settings are on the maximum hardness, and we don't have teleportation or care packages. Enjoy!
Welcome back. So today I'm going to see if I can complete this setup. We're just cleaning out this zone before I seal this off. But I want to change this pump. I've noticed that this guy here is probably going to be running for quite a while. Let's see, the pressure is actually lower in here than out there, but the pressure is just so much more out here that I think if I want to create a vacuum, it just seems more practical to me to make a normal size pump for this particular case. So we'll aim to do that. Also have a comment from Cedric who mentioned you can automate this setup a little bit more. I've got this switch here to turn on and off manually when I want to charge this guy, and haven't been doing that. Probably should charge that. But how about we'll get rid of this and we can actually automate this component. So basically this should be on when I'm in need of charging. But we've got a component here, or an output here, that says send a green signal when it's full. Well, that's the opposite of what we want. So we need to get some logic across here. Thinking this could be a very hot area, so I'll make this out of tungsten, which doesn't melt as easily. And then on this side, we'll do lead. And then we're going to make our way down over here. And hopefully, oh yeah, I'm going to not gate in, let's not forget that. And hopefully once this is built, this guy will turn on and charge this rocket and then turn off when it's full. We'll see how that goes here in a little bit. Just before I seal this off, let's put two sensors just in case I'm interested. Maybe I want to know the pressure to see if that ever goes way down. Or the temperature. Be alerted for that. These may not be needed, but easier to do it now than later. I can see the carbon dioxide that's in this little zone is just way too much. Maybe what we do is, instead of trying to send it out here, we just send it up. Where's this pipe go, actually? Okay, we can use that, actually. Tie into that. And have that vent right here. That carbon skimmer, hopefully we'll be able to deal with that. So let's have a look. Since that carbon skimmer turned on, is the carbon dioxide in this area? Well, in this area it is. We still have a patch here. I'll give that a bit of time to see if that solves itself. Though I don't think that is so much a carbon dioxide issue. That's more a lack of oxygen pushing it out of the way, now that I think about it. That being the case, let's put electrolyzer right here. Verify again, that's water. Yes. That has some power, I'm pretty sure. About to seal this area off. Now, the dupes will still be able to get access to this by going through here. You can see this vacuum area is starting to be created. But I just noticed that I have 2 pumps for each of these, or for this total area. Really, I should have 4. If I want to try to make this a thinner area. But I don't think I'm going to be pumping these guys into some hydrogen generators. I don't think I have to worry about the air getting thin here. And if it ever does, it's going to become a vacuum really quickly. It might be different in this case. So I think we should have an Atmos sensor in here that says, well, if the air is getting really thin, stop pumping for a while. You're just wasting power. I need to find another spot to squeeze in pump. I think we're going to do that right here. Take this guy out, take that guy out. Add some insulation above. Combine these two. Make sure this guy has power as well. There we go. Before I forget, I'm going to mark these as to be harvest. Otherwise, they'll be sitting, not producing hydrogen in the future. So this is bin's just about to be taken out. Let's add insulation around this. Who's building that doctor? I need to learn to do construction a little bit better. There we go. So let's send in pump right here. I think this line can go. What I'll do is I'll drain that. Actually, you know what I'll do? Let's just take out this bridge. And as I'm tracing this path, don't need to have that as metal. We'll combine in here. With this pump. Might as well get... Oh no, I don't want to destroy that until the hydrogen has been removed first. Oh, and we haven't... This kind of makes a lot of sense to seal this off. Oh, yeah, okay. That needs to be switched out. Design this area with a larger pump now. Put that right in there. Oh! Okay, didn't plan that out well. Huh. That's not allowed there. No. Either maybe I move this pump. I think that's what I should do actually. If I move this pump, I can move this out of the way by one tile to the left. So we're going to now have the second pump. This guy here, I can sit right at that location. We'll have conductive line. This one's going to go right here. This guy will go right here. Make sure we don't forget to connect this. Otherwise, that'd be set. Do that. I guess technically... I'll make that insulated tile even though it's going to be a vacuum above. Now I want to put in a pump here just to create a vacuum easily. Have this go into this. So this ladder is going to be where my future wall there is going to be, so we'll open that up. Some water. Let's just be careful not to get into that just yet. So this system is setting up, so basically this guy has a false signal being converted to a true signal, which is making this go on. This guy down here doesn't need rad volts, but I'm still generating them while this is running. So this is nice. I'm loving the automation. Thinking if I want to cool everything down in this zone, less stuff I've got that I also have to cool maybe would be better. So I'm going to take everything out of this area. Probably also want to make sure that this becomes a vacuum first. How are we here? It's causing a little bit of a carbon dioxide. Maybe I will want a second one of these. Though this isn't going to run forever. Maybe I see if that can just keep up over time. Let's start to clean up the floor in here. Oh yeah, look at that. I already have a vacuum. Fantastic. So I'm thinking after this floor gets swept, we'll close this area off. sure this guy has some power. That guy too. I can see we're gonna have to have that put in. Start to seal that off. This is gonna be the vacuum side. Having a look at this carbon dioxide area. So now we've got 2 pumps here, trying to create a little bit of a thinner air. I can't really claim any of this area back until this gas is under control. Where are we with carbon dioxide? Over 440 kilograms per tile inside that. Similarly, I have to wait till this is sealed off. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pump as much gas inside here from both in here and out here. And then once I have that, I can claim all this area back for future development inside my base. Let's trace some power around like this. Might as well take this on the heavy watt wire circuitry. I think it is finally time to seal this area off. Actually, just before I do that, let's take out this. Thinking to myself, this is not an outage I want to have happen for very long, since I'm relying on hydrogen for power. So let's connect this guy as soon as possible. Please. I think it is time to seal this area off. So the pumps are turning on. I'm going to tell this if you're below... Actually, hold on. Did I forget to send automation wire to... Yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. Connect those two. I want those pumps to be off right now. For the moment, just so that I can concentrate on loading. Actually, yeah, having one of them run should be fine. So I want this to become a vacuum first. Once this becomes a vacuum, then I can get the 2 pumps to run at the same time. Okay, we should get rid of this bin. Oh yeah, I guess there's not a huge point of running this guy with that little... Well, no, actually that's not true. I do want to pump the hydrogen that's in and around here into these 2 guys. Make some room to actually do that. Coming up. So I'm not pumping away the carbon dioxide in here yet. My plan is to get this area... Actually, hold on. If I want to be more power, I could add 2 more pumps. If I really was in a rush to get this down, but I'm not, is the thing. Oh, I see the dupe has to go over here to harvest this guy. This isn't something that happens often. And when it does, they stop producing hydrogen, though. It's probably not going to be big enough, but I'll make that a 6. Make that 7. And at some point, maybe I won't, I'll just leave this now. I gotta come back once this is a bit thinner. In fact, maybe I should put the appropriate value here and have it actually notify me when it gets below 1,000. So you can run as long as you're above 1,000. So that's going to be sending a green signal to these 2 guys. But I will now go a long way to build this, but that's fine. Put a NOT gate over here with a notifier that tells me when the air is thin. And when the air is thin, we can work on the next part of this project, which is cooling this area off. Having Look at this electrolyzer. Okay, it has made more oxygen up and around here. See, we've got a bubble of hydrogen now. We need to get rid of that. The airflow tile here and here. It looks like there's a little bit of carbon dioxide this guy should be taken care of. Maybe the polluted water line is... Oh no, water's not going in. Ah, okay. Alright, I guess we've got a full container there of brine. I guess we can skip this setup. This probably... Ideally would have some sort of automation with it. How could I do this? Perhaps we go in at this guy at priority. I can simply make that happen. Of course, what temperature is anything going to freeze in the pipes? If it's oh, that is very susceptible to freezing. Actually, let's maybe not. Let's not try this out. Let's just anything that's water. Let's take out of here. Or you know what? I can just have this directed to go out. Connect this and this. Let's just make sure we don't have some. So I've got brine behind this guy. That one's empty and that one's brine. Brine's fine, but I don't want to see water long term in that pipe. Well, since I have to wait on some of this setup, I have to figure out what to work on. I'm thinking it's not an issue at the moment. It has been an issue, but I would love to see a double airlock here just for safety perspective. So how to best do this? This is going to be very hot. I'm going to need to put petroleum here, but I don't want to do that just yet because that's going to let the heat out. I think I'd like to create a vacuum in this zone first. Airlock on this side doesn't really matter what it is. Well, it could be brine, it could be water. Let's open this up. So we'll get one of those liquids in here. Now this is a spot. Just put this mesh towel right there instead. Take this out. Since I'm now working in this area, I don't really need to have automation tell me if something goes wrong. So we're going to have two vents. One right there, and one right there. I see a water line I could tap into because it's the actually, no. Wait. Oh, Well, I've never, let's see, 109 degrees. I never put in this guy, and I wonder if I should, if I'll even need to. But, for the, okay, I'll come back to that, but I see definitely an opportunity where I can siphon some of my brine from. So do this. But maybe I also, for the time being anyways, stop sending anything in there. Connect this up. Just to make sure this gets built first. Do this. Oh, dupes. No, no, please, please no. Please no. Please don't do that. In there without an Atmos suit. Get out, get out, get out. You're gonna burn yourself. Create that one. Create that one. There we go. Whew. Okay, no one else in there, right? How are you guys doing? So we've got 8 of 8. That's looking healthy. We've got some molten slickers to replace you. tiny bit of crude oil. Never dealt with that. Okay, what is this? Oh, that's our carbon dioxide line. Just trying to figure out how to get a pump in there. Maybe we make a miniaturized one. Need gas pump. Put that right here. Can send gas out like that. We'll fill this in. Let's see while we've got this going on if I can. Ooh, we're out of steel. Gold amalgam should be. Oh, but I've got to have this drained out first. Okay, we are backed up. We've got too much brine in line. That's not going to be a problem soon. Also changing this side, I'm thinking because we've got very hot liquid on this side and very cool liquid, it would be better to have the best insulation between these two environments, or at least better than igneous rock right there. Did not notice this. This light here is overheating. 127. Oh yeah, wood actually. Okay, let's disable auto repair. Destruct that. Can I build? I must be able to build that out of steel, hopefully. That is an option. Okay, I'll be switching that out for steel for sure. No, stop. Disable auto repair, please. Actually, instead of destructing, let's click on material, change material, gold, order rebuild, make that priority. Thinking maybe just before completely filling this area up, switch out that for just a little bit better insulation since I've got liquid sitting in this zone. Let's take all this out for the time being. Direct that to go into here. Just be insulated pipe along this side. As long as that power's not in the way, maybe it is. Let's see. Oh yeah, we need this out of steel. Should have lots of iron ore to make iron. Is this water doing in there? Oh. How did this happen? Are you filled with a mix of water? Oh, you're... No, I could click status. No, you're just brine. You're topping up there. We've got something wrong somewheres. I'll go around to see where this is coming from. Maybe it's not in the entire line. So this maybe is something new. If I trace it back, oh, this is where things seem like it's okay, connection there that should not exist. Okay. I mean, it's... Do I worry about this? It'd be safer long term if I took care of this, just in case there's anything that's in frozen temperature, but, I mean, that really shouldn't exist. I'll perhaps leave that for the moment. Let's just finish up the work in here. So we're building in a pump so I can get that little bit of crude oil, convert it over. Just be nice to know if this is 100% petroleum, if I want to use it for something in the future. Do a little selection right here. So at this point on, everything is, in fact, brine. Yeah, let's do this right here. So I want to put in this guy here. So this is going to send out brine. Disconnect this before it has a chance to send anything out. I guess this guy here, I'm just putting in a storage bin of water. We'll deal with that later on. Need a little connection around here just so that I can take these guys out from an old wall system we had before, so dupes don't have to jump over this anymore once that's out. Eek, eek. Okay, this guy cannot handle having petroleum put into it. Need to put a filter here for the little bit of crude oil that we've got. Plus now a little bit of mopping up. Probably hot stuff too, not super ideal, but oh, and what is, something's broke. Is this the building? Refinery is probably because it's too hot. Oh no, because we put the wrong material through it. Yeah, eek. Okay. I guess we're putting another filter in around here. We'll put that right here. How about send crude oil into here. Otherwise, everything goes in there. And that's going to be petroleum. What do we have sitting? That's crude oil. Awesome. That's actually really nice. So I can disconnect that and put a connection in right there. Let's make sure these two guys have power. I can see that bottom one does. Didn't get a chance to set brine here. Let's stop everything. So I want brine. Kind of wished if it didn't have anything selected, it would just not run. So what? Crude oil over here. So what it does, if you don't select anything, it just outputs everything there. So I've got a little bit of mix of brine and water. But now with this selecting, we're getting brine to go down here. So I should stop seeing this from this point on. There we are. Get that cleaned up. Once this line is pure brine again, it shouldn't be too long. I'll get rid of that filter. Looks like we have our brine line back. It's got ways to refill its system, but it shouldn't be too long. If that's the case, then how about we disconnect, or yeah, take this guy out of the equation. Get rid of this bridge. This is having trouble filling up completely. I think that should be fine. But I'd like to empty the pipes anyway, so maybe we'll put that right there. We don't have a vacuum here just yet, but when we do, I'll start filling you with petroleum. How to best... The setup's not running. I need to remove a single piece from here, or just extend the path by a little bit. Can't do that after. Let's just build a connection from here to here, but not fully connected just yet. Gold amalgam. Liquid filter. It is insufficient resources steel. Okay, hold on. We don't need the steel. Did I make that bottom one out of steel too? Possibly. Change that back. Get a vacuum in here so we can take that out. I'll put in a connection right here so we can get some petroleum in this area to complete our liquid airlock. So right now, technically it is, but it's relying on just a small amount of petroleum here. I'm going to raise this so we get a larger amount, which would be very nice. I haven't been... okay, I see. What do I do? Have I drained the pipe at least? I have, okay. So there shouldn't be any future water. Get rid of this guy. And that guy. Not farmer. Do some mopping up and around here. Actually, if we can get that out, that might be kind of nice. Oh, gross. Wow, that was a bit of a spill, huh? That far, but that's alright. Eek, eek, this is a mess. We're getting water in here. Oh, I probably can't mop that up. We'll make that a priority, or that might get unmoppable. Let's not mop that, though. Well, then. Okay, I guess we made this pure brine. Wasn't my intent, but it's done. Now, I haven't been... What I was going to say is I haven't been putting notifications here when these vacuums break. I don't know if I need to actually worry about that. But this is just one of those cases where it'd be pretty severe if it did. So I'm going to, in this particular case, put in a notifier with the Atmos sensor. Just to let me know if this ever becomes not a vacuum in the future. No more crude oil, so we can get rid of this guy. Stop the pump. Take power out. Got a little bit of steel sitting right there. So with that, we can get rid of you. Can see this crude oil's not actually going anywheres. Might as well do that. Actually, if I just did this, that could start to exit now, couldn't it? We've got lots of liquid here, and here I think we can stop sending petroleum up. Otherwise, that's just going to overfill without me noticing. And that might not be ideal. But yeah, okay, so we've got this set up then. I'm just trying to think. Is there any critter that would cause an issue on this side? Just wondering if I should put a door here just for safety. Let's do that just in case. Well, you know what? We've got the notification anyway. Maybe we don't bother. So now we've got a little warning system in case that airlock is broken. I ended up deciding to do the same thing down here. I guess this vacuum can go. We have our 14th dupe. This is Astronomer. Want to have someone that's dedicated to looking at the skies. In particular, just running this machine when we're launching, because sometimes scientists might be actually on the mission. Quick little check here. We've got a spare cot. I'll have to increase the number of cots and tables, though, if I get any more dupes from this point on. looking at this setup. So I noticed this guy didn't have power for a second. I wonder if we're just having power issues. Oh, we are running the metal refinery. It might be time to build another one of these guys. Put that up here. Have some automation connected to this guy. And we'll, of course, give that some hydrogen. Click on the automation wire here, just make that a priority. I'm going to add a cryptographic module, get rid of some of these components. I figure while I'm doing some changes around base, I might as well have at least one dupe go out in space and explore to see what there is to see. We haven't, I mean, I've gotten all the local asteroids, but there is definitely some more asteroids around this area. And to start with, we might as well at least figure out where they are. So maybe I'll put a cryptographic module. Also put in a rover or two. So we can actually not only see where they are, but what they look like in some cases. So we're going to put in then cryptographic module. Just enough steel, it looks like, for that project. What else? Put in some rovers so we can explore a little bit. Fit another one. Okay. That looks like will be the max. I can see we are nearly at a vacuum in here, so I'll just hang around to do a little switch up in this pipe when that happens. Still seeing power issues. Oh, wow. Let's add another hydrogen generator then. With some logic automation. Plus the hydrogen line. Let's look at the temperature. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I've never hooked this up. Let's do that. I'm supposed to be sending some cooling line going through here. That should help a little bit. Get rid of some of the... What? This must... Oh, right. That was our old ethanol line. Let's tear that down. So now I see some crude oil on this side of the setup. It can't be from these guys, right? I'm not allowing any of the regular type of slickers in. Oh, maybe there was a piece some... Oh, no. Okay, that was not right. That was not right. Is it enough oh, it's enough I can mop. Okay, well, whatever. That's an easy enough solution. Let's disconnect this guy before I don't expect to have any more crude oil. You know what? We'll just tear this whole thing down. Otherwise, more random pipes you have, sometimes the more accidents can happen. Things go in the place you don't expect it. So let's just get rid of that, in fact. We'll do all of this. That as well. We never got this guy running again. Okay, you know what? Let's just do this then. We'll connect in here. Disconnect that. Oh, no, no, please. Stop, 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 stop. Actually... Yeah, that'll should take care of itself in a second. Let's
have a look at a comment from Cedric who mentioned we can possibly optimize this a little bit more. Right now, while this machine is off, we have liquid that's staying inside here. So I've got brine currently 45.5 and slowly getting warmer until eventually this thing starts to operate again. So this involves creating a tile, right, insulated tile right there. So we'll start with that. We have some oxygen that has made its way into these generators. I have to investigate where that came from. Two options, one either up here. Though we have this preventing that situation, hopefully. And I don't see any oxygen in this area in general, so I'm thinking that's not likely the case. Then perhaps it came from one of these guys. So, well, hold on, it's not connected to anything. Was there any oxygen in here? I don't see any at the moment. So to be honest, I really don't know where that came from. Now, let's prevent further damage. So I'll go and fish out the pieces of oxygen that are in there at the moment, and then reconnect all of this. So now that we're going around there, let's put in insulated tile right there. Make that a high priority action. The whole idea is essentially, from what I understand, is to get over into this insulated tile as quickly as possible, so that reduces the amount of time the water, or brine in this case, is going to be inside this really hot steamy area. The other aspect of this, we want to stop this guy from staying here and risking potentially breaking in the pipe itself by turning the steam. So once we're there, then we're going to go down, change this up. We'll work on this one first and see if I can get this working. If it does, then I'll try it over here, though maybe I at least do that little change just in case I want to do that. I'm also going to want to put a tile down there. Get rid of some of these bridges so we can reconstruct this area. Let's do this bit in the design. So I think this is pretty simple. Basically, I want to have this empty out, not be there if this machine is off. So we're going to give this a way for this to go down here. And if this is not collecting anything, then we'll have a liquid bridge that goes over here. Now, essentially, if this machine's on, we don't have to worry about this being right here because it's going to go into the machine. But if this is not on, then we will get a single piece go up here, but it won't stay there in this particular design. So we'll, I guess the only other thing to do is technically I can bring this a little bit closer. Like that. Alright, well, I will go and see how this runs. And if it works, I'll apply that to this guy over here. We are still having power issues, so I decided to instead create another hydrogen generator. We're going to make a power plant, put two of these guys in it. Let's have a look at this new setup. So this is, I guess, the case where the machine is on. So that's pretty simple. Liquid goes in, liquid goes out. Maybe I'll simulate this being off by changing this to 30. If it's above 30, it is... Sorry. I should have made that higher, right? 50. There. It's not above 50, so cooling's not needed. So now we're going to get there. That is, that's a little bit better. So this just means that the liquid that's up here doesn't get held up here. It can go around this way. That way there's no risk of this becoming steam and breaking inside the pipe. Alright, thanks so much for that idea. I think I'm going to go do this similar thing over here. Just had a meteorite strike inside here. I'm going to try to build this really quickly. This is something we definitely want to take care of.
that doesn't involve a manual component to me having to build this. Now I've got the same setup over here. So liquid is going all the way through by this thing, not staying here when this machine is off. Awesome. Another comment Cedric had left, I think, is a mystery solved as to why Pip never planted anything here. I think it's this plant, and I didn't notice that because I normally rely to see what on wild plants by seeing the farming overlay, but that does not include decorative plants. Well, I think I'm just going to leave this setup now, but note to self, don't just rely on this when you're looking for wild plants in the future. I've got a new mystery, and it involves why this pump has no power. So it's connected to the heavy watt wire line. Oh my, no, we can't have this. That explains so much. Yeah, we were not connected to the real heavy watt wire line. That would involve going down here. Okay. Alright, well, then, let's repair this pronto. I was wondering why I had to keep adding generators all of a sudden. It was not the issue. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring heavy watt wire line in like this. I thought ahead back when I created this setup that I might want heavy watt wires to go down to this zone. So that's awesome. Put that in there. Then I'll try to bring it over to this area. Upgrade that guy. And we'll make a disconnection right here. And here. We'll jump over this. Now I've got to have another jump. Let's see. Maybe if I put this there. Then make that go along like that way. I think this will work. And we'll bring this down to this point. Okay, so now I've got... Hold on, is that... It's been upgraded. Why is this red, though? Overload it. Do I just have too much? If I just kind of disconnect that. Oh, it's happy. And then if I connect this... Oh, it's not. Wow, okay. What is, do I just have two? I've got a lot of pumps here, to be honest. Is this just too many pumps for a heavy watt wire line? Okay, it's gone white. Hopefully that's not the case. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Though we've got power edges everywhere. This thing that I disconnected. It's taking power from these two transformers. They should be running, right? There's no, unless there's automation that turn no. Or do we have hydrogen? Oh, yes, because I disabled this, which means this pump can't produce hydrogen. Do we have any up here? Maybe we used it all. Or maybe this is also out of power. I guess, and I do have circuitry overloaded. Let's very much pay attention to that. This is indicating I've got an issue right here. Okay, yep, I see it. Let's not let that persist for very long. Destroy that. Maybe that's what that red was about, actually. Hopefully that's the case. Now I'm in this situation where I've got to... Okay, you're starting to run again? Awesome, awesome. If I can get that hydrogen in there, we'll come back. What might be nice is to have some hydrogen storage. So that if this ever happens, at least I won't have to pump in the initial amount of hydrogen. Let's just put that up here for now. What I'll do is I'll feed into this guy. And then this guy will feed all the hydrogen generators. That way, if we're out of power, I can rely on hydrogen for a certain amount of time, at least until this canister or reservoir is out of hydrogen. Not in this awkward situation where I'm hoping that this pump comes back to life. Another thing I think we'll do is we'll double up this pump. And connect that. I mean, this area is just hydrogen. I guess it's kind of pointless. So maybe I won't bother with that. We do have some carbon dioxide. Let's just make sure that that doesn't actually make its way in here. Still getting glossy Dreco stable problems. That's all due to the fact that we don't have enough of these guys. Why don't we maybe up the number 20 there. So now we've got hydrogen flowing into here. Cut this one now. Hopefully that will start to accumulate in here so that if we ever do have a short little outage, we'll be able to rely on hydrogen that's sitting inside there. Well, lots of things to do, even though I've been at this for a while, but I think a couple things come to mind. First of all, looking at temperatures here, it's decent, but I would very much like, I don't have a double airlock here, but I want to have a way to make sure this area stays cool. Actually, before I go, let's actually put in just some sort of alert temperature, because that could be a terrible thing if we let this area get too warm. So I'll put a notification right here for that. So that's one thing. The other thing that comes to mind is automating the closing of these guys. And maybe we could see if we could install some solar panels. But there may be all kinds of other interesting things I get up to, so we'll just have to wait to see in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will see you next time. Till then.